Professional hair tech that elevates you. When pro and tech converge, the impossible becomes possible. Lifeless becomes lively. Harmful becomes harmless. Dreams transform into real life. Time is compressed. Gravity is suspended. Space is limitless. So this becomes one infinite reality with multiple yous that heightens your senses, expands all knowledge, and unleashes limitless creativity with endless possibilities ahead. Only one question remains: who will you become next?
Bonjour everyone, and welcome to Tech Talks, the L'Oréal Professionnel Hybrid Masterclass accessible to all, powered by the global creative contributors. This is where we decode trends, translate them into real salon services to help you turn these techniques into business growth and client loyalty. I'm Philippe Zemit, I'm the Global Head of Education for L'Oréal Professionnel. I'll be your host for today, live from the brand new Academy of New York City in the heart of Manhattan. Coming up in this masterclass, we are diving into the gray hair revolution and showing you how to turn these "I'm growing my grays out" or "I'm sick of my hair color" into "I will never leave my colorist" with French blending, your new color services for salons. But that's not all. At L'Oréal Professionnel, our goal is to make every stylist around the globe proud and successful being a pro. So today, we'll look at real solutions for gray hair with a full technical explanation to create looks that women want, but also business money time recommendations to make your services profitable. How to price, how to charge, and how to make your client experience memorable. So stay tuned, as today we are with the titan of grey, Jack Martin himself and his total blending service, but also with Jack we have Min Kim. She's a global creative contributor and she will share what really changed her career. It's all about the client experience. A new approach that will help you manage your client relationship differently and will bring your salon to another level. Before we jump in, let's see who's around the world following us, because please, we have here 42 guests with us. Welcome to all of you. Thank you very much. And please, you have to celebrate you for being here today. You came in New York City from all across the USA. And online also, we have a lot of pros that are connected. If the numbers are right, we are almost reaching 4,200 pros connected at the same time. So please, in the chat, send us notes and let's drop a little to see where you are. It's extremely important for us for the energy, all right? A big hello to all the pros that are also together in different salons across the countries. I know we have 10 different watch parties in 10 different cities. This is great, amazing. Thank you to all of you for being all together and to be motivated on a Sunday to elevate your art, to elevate your craft, and so to elevate your business. Also, big thank you to all the pros that are connected across the globe, because we also have colleagues in other countries, in Europe, in the US, in the Middle East, in Asia. We know that our pros that told us already that we'll be connected, even if it's the middle of the night, because they always have valuable insights from these Tech Talks. We are live on Beautista with the registration in the US that will give you a strong Advantage, you'll see that in a minute, on Instagram at l'orealproeducation.us, at the global Instagram where you can connect from all around the globe and follow that masterclass, on TikTok and on YouTube. Please, on YouTube, please go and subscribe on the L'Oréal Professionnel Paris.us. So you'll be able, at the end of this masterclass, to quickly have access to the replay of this masterclass. During this 1 hour and a half, I will lose my ear 25 times, so sorry for that gesture, that will come over and over. During this 1 hour and a half, the live, we will have the possibility to kind of chat with you. First of all, the chat will be open to you. If you have a question during the demonstration or please, you raise your hand. We have a mic here for you. So either you colleague here, the stage, but also the live will hear you. Yeah, the 4,000 people and more will hear you asking your question. You know why is it important? Because your question matters, and that's what they also want to hear. They want to hear from peer-to-peer questions in order to be sure that everyone is sharing the same daily activity. So they need also to learn from your questions. It's important, please, to drop all your messages in the chat because we want you, as I told you, to be proud and successful. And so once you'll drop all your comments and your questions in the chat, Michael, who's our chat manager, will bring them through my device to Jack or to me in order to have a live answer. Make sense to all of you? Make sense to all of you? Thank you very much. Are you in New York? We in the USA? Don't you want to show like there's energy here? That's a city where everything is possible. So let's make some noise, bring some vibes, and show the world how does New York answers on the Tech Talks. Makes for you? Good for you? These people here, let me tell you, we don't play with them. We don't play with them. They are very high standard. Now, I'd like to welcome on stage because I think it was fun and entertaining, but now we're going to enter the real topic. It's going to be amazing. You're going to have access to two big superstars of hairdressing today live during the full day, 1 hour and a half with you on live. So it is my pleasure, it is my honor to welcome our special guest. So please welcome Mr. Jack Martin.
You.
My fair fabulous, thank you very much.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you, Jack, for being with us. Together with Jack will be able today to share all his knowledge, and God knows there's a lot to talk about. And thanks for being with us and being so generous. Together with Jack, we will also like to welcome our co-host. Please welcome Min Kim. My dear. Thank you very much. Thank you, Min Kim, for being with us. Min Kim plays it very naturally, but she also has some people from her salon, the people that you share the floor every day that are in the audience. It adds an extra stress, right? So before we enter into the topic of French blending, we would really love to have another guest that left us a little video note. That guest is Julie Fortier. Julie Fortier is the general manager of L'Oréal Professionnel. And she has, I think, a little note like, so Julie, we are very selfish. We leave you the screen for 2 minutes. Video.
Bonjour everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Julie Fortier. I'm the General Manager for L'Oréal Professionnel here in the US, and I'm speaking to you from our beautiful L'Oréal Academy at the center of New York City. It is such a privilege to welcome all of you to this very special session, our Tech Talk Masterclass. This is actually the first global Tech Talk that is streamed from our US L'Oréal Academy, and we're so excited with the response that you have given us. A lot of interest came up with this class, and that's a testament of how dedicated and passionate you are about your craft. And we are very excited to be a part of that today. Today's session is dedicated to a technique that is transforming our industry, French blending. And French blending is more than just a trend. It is a sophisticated, modern approach to gray coverage, and it will really help you to elevate your in-salon services. You're going to be turning gray coverage into something much more dimensional, natural, and grow out friendly. And we know that this is what consumers are looking for today. So we're adding real value to the salon experience, offering your clients a service that truly is bespoke and luxurious. To bring this vision to life, we are beyond proud of our partnership with a true legend in the industry. It's a world-class expert and a definitive authority on gray blending. It is no one else, as you know, Jack Martin. We've watched Jack's work inspire millions, and today we are thrilled that he is going to be opening his playbook to all of you and really share his behind-the-chair know-how on gray blending, and today specifically French blending. We also have our global ambassador, Min Kim, that will be joining us. She's going to be adding some business building tips so you can understand how to grow your gray coverage services with French blending in your salons. So thank you all for your passion, for your curiosity. Thanks for joining us on this Tech Talk Masterclass today, and we hope you enjoyed the experience.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you for your words. That was great. Before we move ahead on French blending, and to take the words of Julie, Jack, and we're going to ask the same question to Min. Could you tell us a bit of like your story? Where does it all come from? Why is it that you're such a celebrity on that topic?
Well, to be honest with you, nothing in my life was planned. It just happened. But what I know, the most important thing, that I love what I do, and it shows on my work.
Passion.
You know, I'm very passionate about my craft, what I do, how I present it to people, how it's putting the biggest smile and happiness on people's faces with tears, you know. Like, for example, I mean, I've been behind the chair for 36 years, you know. I only saw tears from clients in the past 10 years when I found my niche in going back to natural, you know, and embrace the gray and blend them. This is where I found myself, because always, my main focus is to make people happy.
Fabulous.
That's
a good quote. How to become successful? Focus on making people happy.
And love what you do.
That's a good takeaway.
Exactly.
That's a good takeaway.
Exactly.
Thank you. All right. Maybe we can also ask Min. Min, after all these years of experience, all of these works behind the chair, but you've also been like we're working together since a while, guys. You're traveling the world to educate some educators around the globe. It means like a lot of flight, time out of home, time out of the salon.
Yep.
What is the motivation? Where does it come from? How did it start? Basically, why are you doing this?
Well, it's funny because I was actually thinking about how when I was in the 6th grade, we did a project about what did we want to be in the future, and I wanted to own a travel agency. So now fast forward to once I got a little older, then my parents were like, you have to be a doctor. So I thought I wanted to be a doctor. And then I realized that's not making me happy. So when I really thought about what I enjoyed, it was hair and beauty. So now the ironic part is I work in a salon, I travel the world and all over the US, and I'm able to merge all my childhood desires with this beautiful career of hairdressing. So I get to work with the science aspect with color, I get to travel, and my favorite part is actually connecting with everyone in person and online. So thank you for joining us today.
Fabulous. Thank you. So, key takeaway. Be careful to what your kid is writing down at the 6th grade project. That's let me tell you, it changed everything, right? Okay, thank you, Min, and thank you, Jack. Before you leave us, Min, I think it's important to set up a bit the frame of today. What is the topic? The topic is French blending, how to cover gray hair. What is the purpose? The purpose, the goal that we all collectively try to achieve. Us, we are the 3 people that you see on the stage. We are the 3 people you see on the screen, but there's a lot of people and effort and thinking behind that. The purpose, as I told you, is to make, there is 8 million hair professionals around the world. We want to make, first, the brand partners, but also beyond people that purchase product at L'Oréal Professionnel, pros being proud and successful being a hairdresser. Do we first of all share the same ambition? Yes. I feel it's a so-so answer. I'm going to do it one more time. Do we share the same ambition?
Yes.
Damn, that's New York. I love it. That's New York. So we're going to go into the biggest and the most strategic part of our business. Okay? We're not going to talk small pieces today. We're going to talk big business. We're going to talk big money. How do we have to change what we did yesterday in order to make tomorrow more successful? We're going to talk about how do we manage the gray blending, all right? So this represents 60% of the salon color business. So it is important to deep dive and to take time to understand how these two masters, one for the client experience and the second here will be explaining everything that made him successful, that makes him successful, and being like the guru of today. So, are you okay with that? Yes. Shall we start now? Yes. Let's go. Thank you very much. So, Jack, when we talk about French blending, what is it? What is the offer? Because we've been collaborating a lot on that.
Yes. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming today. I mean, your presence here make me so proud of myself and proud of you that you are always seeking knowledge, you know. This is amazing for me. It warms my heart. I mean, I was so proud that L'Oréal Professionnel called me to partner with me to represent for you French blending, you know. And French blending, when I start to look at it and all the concept, I mean, it comes in 3 services, and it will cover every single case you have in the salon. Whether it's the first service will be the first blending. This is to recruit new clients. The new clients that they are having some gray in the roots, and it's bothering them, and they are more natural. So the first blending, it comes in many cases. Like, for example, a client with natural hair, still a little bit dark, but she has a little bit of gray on her roots. We can always address that. Even if a client, she is a salt and pepper, and also natural, we can always address that by making the salt more saltier and making the pepper more pepperish. The second service is the retouch blending. This is to maintain loyal clients. You have loyal clients that they are really suffering from the line of demarcation, you know, and it shows immediately within 1 to 2 weeks, you know. So this is where you jump in as a pro and you soften that line of demarcation. You bring her to a lighter color so she can stretch the time between salon visit to a little bit longer time. And we have the last one, which is I am very well known for. It's the total blending. This is, in my opinion, it's beside the retouch blending, it's your biggest money maker in French blending. Total blending is for clients that they have 70% and more gray, and they have streaks of gray and streaks of dark still in their hair, and they want to really embrace it fully and totally. This will take you the longest time, but you know, you will blend it seamlessly, exactly like what you see through my transformations online. So those are the 3 different services in the salon that will cover every single case you guys will face.
So, and in order to illustrate, I mean, these services, I think it could be great maybe to discover the work and the prep that you've been doing.
We worked yesterday on 3 models to present for you the 3 services. And I would love for you to join me to welcome our first model, Desiree. Please give her a round of applause. Hello, Desiree. Look how beautiful she looks. I mean, this is the first blending. If you see how we complement the front, but seamlessly blend with her starting gray. And she has baby gray, so we complemented that by adding a little bit more and connected all the way to the bottom. Turn around, please, a little bit. Look how gorgeous. Seamlessly blend with her roots. You look great.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
What was bothering you about your hair?
I love my natural color, and I liked my gray that was coming in. It was kind of a pretty shiny silver, but I needed to blend the two, and this was perfect.
That was perfect for you.
solution. Yeah.
So now it's going to take you a little longer between salon visits,
Yeah.
but this is an elevated, this is a very specialty service, and you guys need to charge more for it because you are elevating your service to more professional. You know, you are easing the grow out on clients. I mean, they cannot do this at home. It takes a real pro to approach that service. Thank you very much. Thank you. And now we have Jess, our second beautiful model. She is representing the retouch. Jess been coloring her hair for many, many years, and the line of demarcation, the harsh line of demarcation was really bothering her. So we took her to a totally lighter version, you know, to blend it with her starting, I mean, with the roots that's starting the gray, and it looked gorgeous. She felt herself immediately once we did this. So turn around, please, Jess, and look how gorgeous it is. And sometimes, you know, the gray sometimes it's just partially in the front more than the back. So you can address it in a partial way. Does not have to be fully as we did here. Look how gorgeous she looks. Come on. You look great. How do you maintain your hair?
Minimal heat styling for sure.
You have the mic?
Oops, sorry about that. Minimal heat styling. I noticed that can just ruin the tone.
Makes a huge difference,
yes.
right? Exactly.
And then really, purple shampoo has been a dream to maintain it, especially as a dark brunette with a former permanent color for
To
20
always
years.
tone the brassiness, you know, with the purple shampoo, it's a must. Yeah. Thank you, Jess. You
Thank you
look
so
gorgeous. Thank you very much. And our biggest transformation, which is the total blending. Our beautiful model, Heather. Hello, Heather.
Hi.
Heather, she has more than 70% of gray. If you see her roots, please put your head up a little bit. And I tried to mimic every single dark she has in the length and every single silver. Look how gorgeous. And also, sometimes the gray starts in the front, but some clients, they have the dark. So I mimic exactly, you see, for example, how? She has here this line dark. So imagine the grow out, how seamlessly it's gonna be. Gorgeous.
Jack, if you allow me, before you leave the stage, I think there's you know what happened to us in Paris, because we already facilitated training on gray blending with Jack together in Paris, and the question that kept coming across the day was, yes, but what is like the sectioning that you do for total transformation? And we were saying that basically the pattern of the hair of your client is the sectioning. You don't decide.
Absolutely.
You cannot decide where are you going to take you take the dark where is already naturally the dark. So Mother Nature makes the sectioning pattern. And I think that's important because for the people that are present here, that will do the hands-on session in the afternoon, for you online that are following us, if you want to recreate this look at home, you have to adjust with the natural pattern of the hair. Where are the white?
It's all about the natural pattern of this is your guide to build up your craft. You follow your guide, because you have a little bit of a grow out, and this is where you follow everything based on the natural regrow of the roots. So everything about the French blending, it all depends on the roots. So you build your craft based on the pattern of the roots. How do you feel about your hair?
Wonderful. It's been a game changer. I have not been able to maintain it prior to this. It stretches the time between salon visits for sure, and it's a more natural grow out. So when I'm out and I'm about and I'm in the world, I don't feel like I'm walking around with a head full of gray hair, and it's just easier, and it
And
brings
the
your
grow
confidence
out
up.
is seamless. Like
Oh,
you don't
yes,
have
absolutely.
to wait 2 weeks and just run to the salon. And also when you run to the salon hairing you gray, it's like this is not a fun visit to the salon anymore. I mean, it's like, oh my God, I have to go cover this. I mean, it's like going to the dentist to extract your tooth. I mean, it's like you hate it, but you have to do it. Not anymore. People, they come in really happy to see you, and they know they are working with a pro. It's going to elevate the service.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Heather.
Thank you.
Thank you. You look gorgeous.
Before, thank you, Jack. Congratulations.
Thank you.
With Jack, we were working on we really wanted to be sure that, as I told you, we are a bit stubborn on one topic. It's how to make all of you proud and successful. I'm going to talk about the successful part. We want to help you. We want to support you that are here in the audience with us, but also all of you that are online, and especially the 4,200 people that are live on our link with Beautista. We have a good news for you, because we want to give you an opportunity. We want an opportunity to save money. Everybody's like, huh? What?
Money?
What did you say? Yeah, save
said
money.
money?
We want to save money. Yeah, save money. And so you might have seen on Beautista, you have all the product that pops up directly, that are the product that you were using on to perform these looks. And so you will have all today, so during 24 hours, a 20% discount to purchase everything at L'Oréal Professionnel directly on the website of Salon Centric. Everything, but one thing is not in discount, which is the Airlight Pro. The rest of the catalog is in discount. So in order for you to really train, practice, perform, and propose these looks to the salon at a more affordable price, because it's going to be the beginning for you, you might try some recipe, etc. We offer you a 20% discount to make this new setup in the salon more easy and approachable.
Great. Do I get this discount too?
No. Why? Because. So I think next step, in order for our friends to be able to implement French blending tomorrow, starting from tomorrow, in their salon, what could be great is really to deep dive into the technique itself in order to realize. Okay, and then we'll see in a few with Min also how to create a better client experience around that service. So could we move on to the next step?
Yes, I'm going to demonstrate the foiling technique, how to approach each service. I'm sure we're going to do some hands-on with you guys later on, but for our audience that they are watching us from everywhere, we're going to demonstrate on the stage here the technique for each model.
While Jack is setting up the stage, so he's preparing the model, we have a very nice model. Yeah? She's always okay with whatever color we do. Very practical. Is anyone in the room has any question while we are preparing? It's fabulous, amazing. Normally everybody's looking down on the floor when we're asking this. Could we have a mic? Yeah, someone look at that. We are coming with the mic for you. Important to talk in the mic, please, because of the people that are around the world are going to listen to you.
All right, sounds good. So, Jack, I know that a lot of people fly in to see you. what happens when they're not a good candidate, when they show up in your chair?
Uh,
And what do you do to decide whether or not, before they fly out? Like,
Well,
what's your process?
Sure. I do a virtual consultation through a short video and few photos. Sometimes the photos really translate in a very good way. Sometimes it's very deceiving. I mean, I would have a little bit of doubts, but still I will book the client. She will come in when I see her. It's like I'm getting a heart attack, immediately. It's like, what I'm gonna do with this? But that's it, I'm stuck. I mean, she booked a flight, she booked a hotel, she's in my chair. There is no way I can reject her. I'm gonna do my best, but I will tell her exactly what to expect. This is part of the one-on-one consultation. Like, this is what I expect, this is what you might end up with, and she would agree with it, because she always, they tell me, if you cannot do it, Jack, so there's no way I can go anywhere else. That's it. Then I'm gonna just let it grow naturally. So, but thank God so far, in the past 10 years, maybe I said no in person to one client. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But the rest, and I keep learning from each case, so it's a learning journey.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So this is the total blending. As you see, we worked on this side. Look at the blending, how beautiful. And now I'm gonna demonstrate on this side for you guys how to foil. I prefer to foil vertically with an angle, This is mostly will take the most of the time. It's the total blending. I mean, usually on the total blending, you will see more of pepper and salt. She has mostly like mixed pepper and salt because we don't have mannequin heads with like more chunks of salt and pepper. So this is what we are working on, just to show you.
While you're sectioning, there's a question that I drop to you that came twice in the chat.
Yes.
Can you do the same technique on brunettes or also on lighter base?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Same.
Yes, the same.
Same.
Yes.
Maybe what would be different?
I mean, let me take this back a little bit. So the technique is based on, as I told you, the whole situation. What's the previously colored hair? What's her gray pattern it is? So honestly, there is no like one technique fits everybody. It's like the formula. There is no formula fits everybody. It's all based, I can show you a formula, but if you're gonna do it yourself, it's not gonna look the same. Mm-hmm. It's like when you give a recipe for a dish to two cooks, you will taste totally different taste. Each one has their own, technique, their own way to put their signature on it. So I don't agree with the same, no. It depends on the client's previously colored hair. It depends on the gray pattern as well.
So it's a real diagnostic, consultation and diagnostic
The
to really adapt it.
consultation will determine the technique you're gonna follow.
Perfect.
So,
And by the way, I want to drop 3 times they said, great question. I'll let you do your magic, Jack.
yes.
Camera is okay, following, amazing.
I always like to take the silver in one foil. I look for them. This what will take most of the time is the finding. So this is now I just want to tell you something very important. Since her roots are natural and she's already been lightened at the ends, so I would do 2 formulas, 20 volume with the lightener on the roots and 10 volume on the ends because you don't want to over-process the ends.
Sorry, lots of questions, so I have to disturb you again. How much regrowth is ideal before the next in-salon visit? So basically, when is she coming back?
About 1 to 2 inches, and that will take about 6 to 8 weeks, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, but it depends also on the grow out, how seamlessly it is, because when she feels the client that her grow out is very seamless, she will take another week, you know, or 2.
Okay.
And this is where you apply the low light.
So you start by the lift.
Lift and deposit.
Okay.
And you go all the way up to the roots.
So I'm curious about how you do your consultations. How much time do you book?
For consultation, I book 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
It could be more, it could be less, but I charge for a consultation. I charge $100.
And if you're charging out there in the audience online, drop a heart and a money bag emoji.
Because to be honest with you, my time as a professional is money. I'm not going to spend time and not to charge for it if the client is not very serious about it. But I'll give them an opportunity at the end. If they book with me, I will deduct that $100 from the whole service.
Oh.
You cannot be more fair than this.
And that's a total buy-in. Like, if you're going to come and
Absolutely.
travel, do the consultation, you've invested the time, and then I think you do something else that's very interesting.
What I do is, if the client decided to book, I charge half of the money up front as a non-refundable deposit.
How brilliant is that?
And I'll tell you why I've done that. This all came from an experience for many years. I mean, I used to book a client for 8 hours and then call her. She will answer the phone telling me, "Who's this?" I would say, "This is Jack. I'm waiting for you." She said, "Oh my God, I totally forgot. I'm in Disneyland with my girl, so there's no way I can come." Well, what do you want me to say? But I found a solution. Now, because I charge for consultation and for a deposit, people are more serious with me and they want to really have my service, believe it or not.
How great is that? Getting a deposit. But if you think about it, this is the same thing that happens when we go to book a large cosmetic procedure, perhaps, or you want to get something done at the doctor's office. You pay
Absolutely.
a deposit or you have to pay a cancellation fee.
I respect every business charges for a deposit because
Yes.
their time is money. You know, they open the business to make money, you know.
And if you like this idea, give me a thumbs up emoji. So what about, what are you doing now in your sectioning?
Now I'm foiling dark and light based on her root pattern.
Okay. So would that be your biggest tip, is just pay attention to the growth pattern?
Absolutely. This is where your eyes, this is where it shows how good of an eye you are. It's
Okay.
all about eye, what you see, and how you pick, you know. It will be seamless. And try to always take very thin sections. thin sections will blend seamlessly, and at the same time, the lift is gonna be beautiful. Because remember, you can control level 10, but you have to correct level 9. You are more in control when you have level 10 lift, but you need more corrective and correction to level 9.
Min, your thumbs up campaign is a success.
Oh, yeah?
So there's a lot of people asking for are saying that it's a very good idea to have this policy. And then a few questions, Jack, on the formula you are using, because
yes,
as you're talking about the undercoat level 10 and level 9, there's many questions on the formula.
Absolutely. What I'm using on my model, I'm using as a lightener Blonde Studio 8 with 20 volume. And I feel a Blonde Studio 8 with the 20 volume, it's a little bit less harsh on the hair, especially previously colored hair, and especially light hair already. So, and if you're asking yourself why I am foiling this way,
it's for the rinsing.
I'll give you a chance to answer, but let me also tell you for the low light, I'm using 823 plus 7.18 with 9 volume developer. And for the toning at the end, I'm using 9.21 on roots first, and then brush it through the ends.
So we have a question in the audience.
Yes.
So if someone has like white hair and she wants a more of a pepper result, how do I do that? Do we use the same applications, technique?
No, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. Who asked this? Thank you. You know, our most, the blending, the French blending is to avoid harsh line of demarcation. And if she is all salt and you need to do pepper, try to tease. It will be seamless. So you will see dimensions between the salt and the pepper, but without seeing harsh lines on the roots.
So what's your tip on managing expectations for maintenance?
For maintenance?
Yes.
Well, maintenance all based on the results of the transformation. Based on the lift, if I really lift the clients to a level 10, a beautiful lift, then the maintenance will be way much less. But if I was not able to lift her to level 10, she was like 8 and 9, as you all know as professionals, the toner is gonna wash out and she might need faster maintenance.
So a big part of the process when the client's with you is just making sure that they understand exactly what to expect.
They understand everything. I even, during the consultation, the virtual consultation, I send them the consultation, the maintenance at home after they do the transformation with me, to feel, are they gonna be able to maintain that lifestyle? So it's like everything's like an open book to all the clients. And this is how you guys need to be. And also, I have them sign a consent that there is a possibility of damage. There is a possibility of not reaching the desired color. They have to sign that for my own protection. And they are willing to do that. So that's also another important.
Well, and I think that's a great tip also, because really, if we think about it, this isn't one and done. We're really going on a journey of maintaining and incorporating the French blending philosophy into something that's easier on the eye when it's growing out. So it's really super important to make sure that our clients understand that this is a journey. It's not just one stop.
Yes.
And we have another question in the audience.
Yes. My question is how you charge for this service and how long for us they were going to start doing it new at the salon, we should book an hour day, how we explain to the client if this is going to take this amount of time all my day, how we charge.
Well, I'm going to give my suggestion and my tip. For a color job like this is more of a transformation. So the way I price in the salon, and I work in New York, is I take my full head highlight price, and for every hour I spend touching my client's head, that's what they get charged. So if it's 2.5 hours, it's 2.5 times my full highlight price. So this is very intentional pricing to make sure that you're getting paid for all this effort and education that you've taken in online and in person today. So make sure that when you have your consultation, you're very clear about what you're charging and why. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Jack.
Well, don't quote me on what I charge, because I charge a lot, you know. I mean, I'm not a standard person, but definitely you have to charge more for those services. I mean, this is like a prestige services, a custom service. When people, they go and do custom, anything custom, tailored to their need, to their hair, they have to expect to pay more, you know. Plus, you're giving them a little bit of a stretch between salon visits. Definitely, it's going to cost them a little bit more. So, and also you asked me, how do I book the client for, like, for example, before I came to New York last week, I had a client. Honestly, the photos, they were deceiving. When I saw her hair, I swear to you, it's like I want to resign. Not because of the condition, because of the amount of hair she has. Okay, so that's why what I did is I told her, are you staying in town for tomorrow? She said, yes, I'm staying in town for tomorrow, and I'm leaving the following day. I said, perfect. So I'll do half of the head today, and I'll do the rest tomorrow. I had to cut it in, and it took 7 hours each day. But the results were like out of this world, honestly. I will share it on Instagram. You will see it by, you know, mentioning the hours, and I divided it to 2 days. So if you face a client that she cannot sit in your chair for a long time, you can always do partial. You can always start with partial or divide the service into 2 days. This way, the client does not have to sit for 7 hours. She would sit for 3.5 hours. The following day, she can come and you can continue.
So what's happening with your sectioning now? Can you tell us?
Yes. Okay, now I'm continuing the whole pattern this way, and the only reason I am doing what I'm doing, and you keep distracting me, thank you very much. This way, I love to foil this way. Why? Can somebody tell me why I'm foiling this way? Perfect. Okay, and for also rinsing the hair, it's much easier to pull it when you're rinsing the hair. And you can grab the whole section on the side and rinse it with the low pressure water until the water runs clear. Because you really want to protect your highlighted areas very well, you know. So this way you can control, you know, the salt and the pepper, because it's so easy, those highlighted at that stage, to grab any color, you know, absorb. So this way you can protect, but make sure, you know, and this way you don't have, I mean, imagine if I did everything the same. How are you going to open which one? Are you going to say, oh my God, what did I do here? Oh, I did dark, oh, I did light. This way, that's it. You're done. You save time, you know, and you're more control of the hair, and that's it. Anybody use this method? Raise your hand. You do? How did you get it? From my videos? Good for you. I love it.
So what are you doing next?
I keep foiling. Now I'm doing the low light.
And then you're just going to keep continuing until you get to the top.
Until I finish the whole section. Usually I'm much faster, but because you are distracting me, so.
But maybe we can have like more questions that can be dropped from the audience, and so Jack can also keep on working. Maybe can we have a mic? We have like 2 people asking for the mic here. Looking for it.
Hi. My question is, when doing these types of transformations, how much of a regrowth do you require you guys come in with?
If I'm doing the total blending,
Yes.
I require 3 to 4 inches. But for other services, like for example, for the first blending, you don't need, because it's all natural. She is your, you're recruiting those clients. Those are new clients who you're welcoming into your salon to help them. For the retouch, she is your client, and she comes in every, 4 to 6 weeks. And this is, you get like 1.5 inches of regrowth at that time. So that's what you deal with, But for the total blending is the largest root to grow out you need.
I'm just curious, do you usually start in the front, the back, or is it dependent upon the distribution of the gray hair?
Usually I start in the back, but because of the audience and the camera, I'm starting in the front because I want to show them the end results over here. I like to start in the back because the back is the healthiest part of the hair. So if it took a little longer while I'm foiling until I reach the front, it's not gonna be compromised as much as the front. I can control the front much better. But I go section by section, like when I finish the back and I start the side, I go back and I keep looking at the last foil and the first foil. Last foil to see the process, if it reached my goal. The first foil is to test the strength and the elasticity of the hair. Because the first foil is always the longest the lightener stayed on.
Right.
Can anybody share with us a story of like a total blending or a gray blending or a French blending that they did, and if they face any issues with it? So we can help.
So we can help a lot.
How do I manage the oxidation?
Of the low light.
Of the low light.
When you do the retouch, the next application. Like, sometimes when you do
Do you mean like when it fades to warm?
Right.
I pick it up.
You pick it up?
I pick it up one by one because it shows it's right there, especially right next to the blonde or like next to the the salt. So I pick it up and I retone it again. Yeah, I go slice by slice. So make sure the saturation is very, very important. And also, what I love about thin slices, and don't quote me on this, I'm trying to finish fast. I take way much thinner than this. Thin slices really helps you. It helps your lightener not to dry and not to swell at the same time, because the thicker the section, the more product it needs. The thinner, the lighter product it needs, not too much. And saturation is very important.
Do you typically leave hair out in between?
Usually I don't leave hair out in between, no.
What's a scenario where you would?
I leave hair in between is when she's all natural.
Okay.
Like if she has all salt, all white, and I'm adding more pepper, this is where I leave a lot of hair in between.
Yes, and then that's when you said you would do a tease.
I'll do a tease
For the blend.
for the blending, yes.
So I think it's really important that you keep talking about the blend and how it has to be soft. You don't want anything hard.
Mm-hmm.
And now, are you pivoting with your section?
Now, when you go to the front here, based on the client desire, if she wants more like a money piece around her face, so what you can just pick, and then you can take a bigger chunk at the end. You see how? This is exactly, that will create more like a thicker chunk.
So if you're interested in getting more education to learn amazing techniques like this, don't forget, it's not just online with Tech Talk. You can also subscribe to L'Oreal Professional Paris US YouTube channel. And we have education in academies in New York, LA, and then we even have global trips. So there's many opportunities. It's not just in your store or in your salon. There's a chance to travel and experience amazing new classes. So don't forget to register for a class and level up your skills. Okay, so you are wrapping this up now?
Yes.
Excellent.
Last foil for now. I just want to show them exactly how I do it.
Okay, so I'm going to let you finish this section.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do those two last foils and then we'll move to the second head. Can you share with us, guys, where did you travel from to come and visit us? I know you came from Canada. Welcome. Where the furthest you traveled from to come here? Wow.
Atlanta. Okay.
Anybody from international other than Canada? No.
Online, yes, Jack. I have to say that online you have a lot of
Yes.
comments. You have, despite the time, like you have a lot of comments from France. You have lots of comments from Croatia. You had lots of comments from different European countries that did manifest themselves on at the beginning. France, Miami, India a lot, Ukraine,
Wow.
now that I'm talking about it, like boom, 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 boom. They're dropping the Netherlands and Cuba, Buenos Dias, Cuba. And so as you can see, we're really present like around the globe. India. So there's lots of India, okay? And lots of people from Detroit, Michigan, Montreal, Kuwait, Cyprus, Brazil.
Love it.
So as you can
Love
see,
it.
boom, around the globe,
Love it. So to recap what we did, this is exactly the technique we used here to blend this. See how beautiful? This is exactly the same technique. So you guys try it in your salon.
Can we have
and
like a close-up with the camera here,
please
Come on stage with us. Come on
always
stage.
tag
So we
me
will
to show me your work.
Exactly. Come closer, really, because we want to see, like, Jack wants to show, like, in details what he's been doing as a result. Very good one. As you can see on the screen, you can see you on the screen here too. See, that's what the people, they can see directly on the
I
live.
love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Looks
and then can you
beautiful.
also show like the pattern, so the sectioning that you've been doing
So
here?
the vertical is the light, and the horizontal is, the horizontal is the light. I'm sorry, the vertical is the dark. And I do it, this is to just remind you again, for easy removal of the foil and to wash it quickly and get it over with. For the low light,
let's recap the formula.
for the low light, I use 8.23 plus 7.18 with a 9 volume developer. For the glass or for the toner, I did 921 on roots and brush it through the last few minutes because it's very light. You know, you don't want it to be over toned.
Everybody's asking, give me this little paper. I'm going to drop down the recipe into the chat so you'll be able to have it written and you can screenshot your phone. So are you okay to share all your recipes?
Oh, absolutely. I always share
Now
my
it's mine.
recipes.
Hopla. I'll draw it. Okay.
I always share everything on my Instagram.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So we are going to move to the second model.
Thank you for all your positive comments on the chat. Thank you also for the less positive comment on the chat. We still love you. And now we move on. What is the technique we're going to look at?
This is the retouch blending.
Retouch blending, okay. Where you already have like same one section that is...
It's already been done.
Okay. Fantastic. Same. Can we? Because I think it works very well when we can present it on the camera, so we can have like a better visibility and on the screen here and on the screen for our followers online. So can you really like deep dive into it? That's cool. Even go closer if you want. That's easy. It's the same price. She doesn't bite. Not yet. Fabulous. See with the light, you can see what we can see like. Great lighting. Thank you for your production, from our production team with having such a good lighting today. Again, we're going to drop here the formula on the comment, so you'll be able to have like all the information to be able to master that service tomorrow in your salon. So Jack, I'll let you start. There's a lot of comments that are saying that they want to see you work. Meaning it's a way to tell me to put myself on mute and to let you work. So I will execute. In the meantime, once you announce the recipe, I'll put this also in the chat.
Yes, absolutely. So to remind you again of the retouch blending is to eliminate the harsh line of demarcation and blend it seamlessly. But you see, I mean, this could be way darker. So what if this is way darker, how you can do it is you're gonna add low light to your root and highlights at the same time to go through the dark. So you are adding what's the dark in here in the roots and what's the light in here into the length. And again, especially when it's dark, you have to take thin sections so you can lift the dark as much as it can handle. And then you can tone the whole thing. So again, we are limited on also what you can do the air touch blending with this. So imagine this is the air touch, okay? You can foil blonde one section and foil dark one section. It will blend seamlessly. I've done it 7,000 times on clients and on mannequin heads. So especially when you take very thin sections. I don't know how many times I said very thin sections. And in this technique, I like to take slicing. Because it's a retouch. If the client wants more natural in her roots, you can always leave the root natural on the dark section. And you can only apply the dark on the bottom. But also every case is different. So that's why consultation is very, very important.
One thing on the sectioning question
Yes.
that is, I think, quite interesting for
Question.
Maxime. Maxime is asking, like, you're doing like weaving techniques, but if you take a full slice of hair and then you color it up, does it give like more regrowth demarcation? Because you have a line instead of a weaving.
Exactly.
So that's
It
why the
does.
weaving.
It does, yes.
It does.
But not on, especially for the harsh mark, you know, for the harsh line of demarcation.
Yeah.
I like to slice, but also very thin. When you take, even in slicing thin, it does not show as much as when you take thicker.
I think we understand that the key point is like the thin slicing. So for the hands-on session, be ready to be like millimeters, okay?
Yeah,
Very low.
exactly. Let me show you how.
So
On
can we
camera.
have like a real big close-up with the camera into the details? Here we go. Did you see that? Can you split into the section so the people can look at that on the camera? How thin is what you get, what you keep? It's very, very short, small. So that's also why it takes time, is because you have to go
It takes
very
time
small
because
section
I
by-
put the whole hair in foils.
Okay.
Sometimes I put 400 foils in one head.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't be afraid. He didn't tell you you have to do that.
I said sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. You should not be afraid if you really love doing hair and if you are passionate about doing hair. No, it should be a challenge for you all the time. And also, I want to mention something very important. What got me here to where I am right now? I owe everything to social media. So please, guys, I mean, don't underestimate the power of social media. The power of social media got me clients from Argentina, from Cape Town in South Africa, from Australia, from London, from Brazil, from Canada all the time. So put your work out there for people to see and admire you. There is nothing like when you share your work online and you get a lot of response, you know. You feel you did something amazing, you know. And also, even if you get some constructive criticism, it's okay. Take it with a big heart, even though I don't, you know, but take it with a big heart, you know.
I love when you're honest like this.
Yes,
like,
I mean,
even if I don't, yeah, that's annoying.
I mean,
that's
especially, I mean, honestly, I mean, they don't have to be nasty online, you know, about our work. I mean, they can always say, you know, I like what I see, but it's not my cup of tea. But when they tell me, oh, your client looks like 100 years older, you know, this is where I become the tiger, you know.
So I'm just curious, Jack, how
Yes.
do you approach the back?
How do I approach the back?
Yes.
Also, 2 sections.
2 sections, so you split it.
I split it.
Do you
yes,
go up one side and then do the other, or do you?
with a little bit of an angle, you know, like diagonal.
Do you
know,
mind
like I go-
showing us
no,
the
I
back
don't mind
after you
showing
put this
you.
in?
Absolutely.
I think everyone's dying to know, right?
Let me finish this one here. Oh. See how much I.
That's thin. Do you ever use a board
I do for long hair.
for long hair?
Mhm. Okay, let's do a little bit of the back.
Just walk us through the section.
Sure.
That looks like another thin section.
Yes.
Comment thin.
I mean, this is how I do it.
Yeah, you have to. It's very precise.
Yeah.
But that's why you charge the big bucks. So I think if you're new in the industry, then when you're thinking about pricing, you're thinking about the cost of product and your overhead, and that's how we basically start out, right?
Oh, of course, I did not start out, I mean, charging that much. I build up myself. I build up my portfolio. I mean, when I set my price, people, they come when they see your work. I mean, you have the power of control in your hands, you know? You want this work, then this is the price. You set your own prices, you know? And don't be shy and don't be afraid, you know, to set your own prices and to raise it. And don't be sorry, don't apologize if you raise your prices to anyone, because you deserve to raise your price, especially when you are advanced and you come to a class and you pay money, you know, this is more advanced for you.
I always smile after I tell them how much it is during the consult. Then I nod my head, and they're like, okay. But you have to be confident, right? And I think that's one of the things that's really important about the consultation is to be intentional, but also very professional. So it's not just looking at what the hair needs, it's also about diagnosing, proposing, and then applying. Instead of just listening and applying, we have to think about those 2 steps, and that's how we really create that connection with that client experience. I feel like you connect pretty well with your clients.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
So I'm just curious, do you work the same way up the back of the head?
Absolutely, yes.
How do you approach the top?
The top, I try to take from both sides, you know, that tip of the head, and then I take them all in one small section.
So you leave the very top out?
Yes, it's
For
like in a
both?
triangle.
Do you
see
mind
how it is?
showing us?
No.
Because I think that's a really important tip. How can I assist you?
You see, because you go this way,
Okay.
and you go this way.
So we've got like a little triangular section.
Uh-huh. So I start right here, because this is very hard. So I start with a small section.
Can we get the camera up close? So you start with the bottom of the triangle.
Yes, and going all the way up to the end.
So you go from working on diagonal backs,
Exactly.
then you get to the top, and then you take that triangular section and go on a horizontal.
Absolutely.
Was that helpful? Drop a high five. Okay, I think we're gonna finish and go on to the next look. So I'm gonna
Yes.
get out of your way and let you work.
No problem. If anybody has any other question, please don't hesitate to ask. I mean, don't be
There's-
shy. Come on. I mean, you came here all the way down to ask questions.
There is
so-
a question that is not asked here but online. How to get this 20% discount on?
That's your specialty.
Yeah, but I think it's very cool and important. I mean, like it's not a regular 5% that is like a nice. 20% is really here to help you purchase product at a more affordable price in order to be sure that you can start and you can implement that service in your salon in a more comfortable way. So please go on the website of Salon Centric. You'll have that discount, or you can click directly through the app Beauty Star, and you'll be connected directly to get your discount.
So I just want to recap what we did. I mean, for this retouch blending, I did slicing, and you saw what I do on the top here and how I start on the bottom here, diagonal, and then when you get to the end, the triangle will create by itself. You know, you will see a triangle from both sides, and this is where you take your final small section. And I used for this. For low light, 823 plus 618, and for the glass, 901 plus 913 plus 9.12 with the 6 volume.
Okay,
I
I'll
can't
drop that
wait
also.
for-
I'll drop that in the chat so
Yes.
people can have access to
Absolutely.
it. No problem with that. All right, great. Okay, so I guess you have questions, but like he's a bit in a moment of like not asking a question. Here it is. As you've seen, it's all about how do you place the darkness and how do you place the lightness. So how do you create some depth with low light, and how do you add some lights with the pre-lighteners. Then it's all about the placement and the recipe in order how to neutralize that undercoat and to keep it like very charcoal tone or silvery tone.
This is all natural here, as you see. If you get clients like that, which is there's a lot, of clients, especially when they see that you already did some, and they are all natural, salt and pepper. They could be all light, and like for example, I feel this is like a boring salt and pepper. So we want to add a little bit of depth. We can use this as her salt and add more. As a pepper, and add more salt to the length. As I told you, if you want to create like big chunks, seamless silver, I'm just going to do a quick demo because we are running out of time a little bit. So as you see,
Here you have, for the friends that are online, you have on the chat, on the screen the recipe. You want to get the recipe, boom, you screenshot your screen and you'll get like a good memory and a picture of the product that you can purchase.
So imagine how seamlessly this is going to be. But make sure, always, if you want to create silver, you lift it to the 10 volume. And you can, because it's all natural. You cannot get better, hair than this. It's natural. There's no chemical in it. So the lift has to be raw 10 volume. Why? Because in order not to turn it yellow, it has to be 10 volume. And the purple shampoo will only affect 10 volume. I mean 10, level 10, I'm sorry, excuse my broken English. So, I've done many clients like that, and they love their hair, and they come 2 to 3 times a year to bring this up more to the root when it grows out. They love it. And it doesn't, if they follow my maintenance tips, it will never get yellow or even orangey. Never, ever, And I share 13 steps of maintenance at home with all my clients when they leave the salon. I send it as a text message, as a note to their phone, so they always have it. There's no excuse like I did not get it, So this is very important.
Just, I think, do we have more to share on that model? Because I know that in terms of like timing and management, I'm just trying to manage expectation, because we know that you have after like all the hands-on session for the people that are present here, and I don't want to ruin the schedule of the day. I know we still have like 5 or 4 minutes to go before the end of the live.
The same thing that I did for the light, the same thing applies for the dark. Like imagine she's all white, you do the dark in between this way. It will be beautiful. The dark, when you apply it on gray hair and it's semi-permanent, it will never, ever go. It will start lightening until she comes back again so you can redo it, but it will never go brassy, never. It only go brassy when you lighten it to a level that it's a brassy. When you pull the foil on a brassy level, this is where the brassy is gonna always appear. So, just to
in order to show like real result on real hair, what I could propose is also to have our audience online and offline. It's to have a look at the models you already prepared to show like an end result, and to bring to life what you've been doing. Congratulations, Jack. Oh, now there's a rain of foils. Please welcome our models that were with her today. Thank you very much. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Jack, a quick recap.
A quick recap
on the techniques.
Our first retouch, we created seamlessly blend, as you see, to complement the starting of gray, baby gray on her roots. Look how gorgeous. And for our beautiful model here, we did the retouch blending so we can get rid of the line of demarcation, and now she can feel much better about herself, more confident. Even if the gray starts showing, she's not gonna freak out because it blends with her light pieces. And our final beautiful model is the total blending. This took us the longest time, but look how gorgeous it is when you follow the pattern, where the dark goes and where the light goes. It's honestly gorgeous. But I want to take this opportunity at the same time. I promised myself, so I'm not going to go back. I want to thank the team that helped me, Amanda is an educator. She is precisely, more precise than I do. And Kayla, she is like me, but on a younger version. Absolutely. And our beautiful Shauna, she is like, you know how the bee works? From one to another, what do you need, what do you need, what should I get you? This is how she works. And Ryan, the best guy. Make me feel like at home here, honestly.
You don't even have to say the name. You say and everybody say Ryan. So
yes,
like he's a celebrity. Okay, fabulous. Thank you, Min.
Yes.
Thank you, Min Kim, for staying with us.
And thank you, Min. Honestly,
Stay with us. Come closer. Come closer. Guys,
the
honestly,
queen of hair. I am so proud and honored to partner with her on this beautiful event, and I can't ask for more. Honestly.
It's been a pleasure. And don't forget to subscribe to the L'Oreal Professional Paris US YouTube page. And you can also check out our in-person and online educational offerings, whether you want to be in the salon or come and join us on one of these amazing academies.
Exactly. Thank you very much. It has been like an amazing experience. And so, pros online, it's a wrap for wherever you are in the planet. A big thank you for joining us. It's now your turn to make like French blending a success in your salon and make like all these women happy to bring like a new start in their aesthetic in their life. So it's your call to keep your clients loyal and to boost your color business. The replay of this masterclass is available on Beautista at the end of today. And of course, it will be on YouTube at the end of the week. Test this technique and on your next gray hair client and tag us to see what have been your transformation. Don't forget to tag Jack because he loves to have a kind of a follow-up. Please click on the discount link because 20%, I guess, like tell me, but it's not every day. I would love to receive more. And yes, you will get it, don't worry. And please, next week, on April the 27th, we will again be live from Paris, from Le Visionnaire, which is like the academy, the global academy, the headquarters of education at L'Oréal Professionnel. We'll be live with my dear Min Kim that will join us, and with Nancy Stripe. Check her Instagram at Nancy Stripe Colorist. She is amazing, and they will lead the morning session dedicated to French blending. In the afternoon, be careful. Be careful. Heads up. In the afternoon, we have a creative session with Jawara Wochope, who's like an editorial hairdresser, and Ben Gregory, who's a colorist dedicated to create looks for celebrity, fashion editorial, and catwalk. So this will be like the most important lineup with Min, Nancy, Jawara, and Ben online. So thank you from New York. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Stay proud, stay pro, and see you soon.
Thank you. See you soon.
Professional hair tech that elevates you. When pro and tech converge, the impossible becomes possible. Lifeless becomes lively. Harmful becomes harmless. Dreams transform into real life. Time is compressed. Gravity is suspended. Space is limitless. So this becomes one infinite reality with multiple yous that heightens your senses, expands all knowledge, and unleashes limitless creativity with endless possibilities ahead. Only one question remains: who will you become next?